Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and this is our podcast number 159. Today is Thursday, the 30th of October 2025. Of course, today I'll be sharing some of your makes. We're going to talk about Beanie of the Week and I will show you what I've been up to. And let me tell you, I've had lots of fun crocheting, quite a few different things. And on top of all of that, I have made some purchases from Etsy. Pattern purchases, that is, and I will share them with you. There are quite a few and I'm very excited to see them come to life in the very near future. Now, thank you to all of you in advance for sharing your makes with us. We all love that ooh and ah factor that we build into our cozy little podcast every single week. And even though I've already seen all the makes, I still get excited to bring them to you each and every time. Now, if you'd like to share some of your makes with us, please send them to my email. And as always, I'll be sure to share them in the next podcast. Now, without any further ado, guys, let's get started on your wonderful makes. Now let me pop my glasses on so I can actually read my notes. Now, first up, our friend Laura has shared some of her makes with us. Here is her pumpkin. The yarn is just so pretty with all the autumn or fall colours in it. Absolutely gorgeous, those browns and greens. I think there is some sparkle in there too. Let us know, Laura, if that is so, because when I zoomed in, I thought I could see some. And the cinnamon stick looks great. Just the finishing touch. Now next, these fingerless gloves will be very handy in winter. The purple variegated yarn that Laura used is absolutely beautiful. Now those of you who know that purple is my favourite colour. Now this basket is made using cotton scraps and I love all the different colours that Laura has used. This basket will hold lots of trinkets and even some bigger things because by the looks of it, it's quite a nice size. Absolutely love it. Now this coin purse is perfect for keeping loose coins from going missing in your bag. Absolutely. Now Laura chose very pretty pinks and purple yarns and the drawstring on top is absolutely lovely. I love a drawstring, I must admit. And last but not least, this bowl cozy is such a great idea. I've yet to make one of those. No more burning your hands while you're holding that bowl, and the cozy will keep all that delicious food inside nice and hot. It is also very, very stylish. So Laura, thank you so much for sharing all your makes with us this week. Now, next we have our friend Lynn from Lynn Penguins Creations. Lynn has a channel here on YouTube. If you're not already hanging out with her, please go and say hello. Now, here is Lynn looking beautiful in her hooded hexie cardie. I love the colours that Lynn chose and the length is perfect. It's more like a coat than a cardie. The panel of hearts down the back in the centre of the cardie is just such a beautiful addition. Everything about your hexie cardie or coat is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Lynn, for sharing with us. Now, next we have our friend Geraldine from G Crochet Off the Hook. Again, if you're not hanging out with her, go and say hello. Now, Geraldine joins us for Beanie of the Week. Geraldine made 2 baby beanies using a 4mm and a 5mm hook. So she got the 2 different hat sizes. Geraldine used Kismet 67 blankets acrylic yarn in the colour Flamingo, and they are both so very, very pretty. Thank you, Geraldine, for sharing with us. Next, we have our friend Natalie. Natalie has done a great job catching up for our hashtag Best Dressed 18-inch Doll Cow. She's crocheting little outfits and accessories for all her 3 granddaughters. This week, Natalie crocheted 3 party dresses by All My Crochet. One in a light blue and dark blue colour, one in orchid and purple, one in orange and yellow, and all the dresses are so very, very pretty. So thank you so much, Natalie, for sharing those dresses with us. Now next we have our friend Alley Cat, and she has also shared some of her makes with us. Now, number 1, Beanie of the Week. So Alley Cat has joined us in for Beanie of the Week, and Alley Cat made it using very soft yarn, she tells us, from an advent box. Alley Cat found this to be an easy pattern and will crochet more for her donations. I absolutely love that. Now, this super cute pocket comfort doll is a Ravelry pattern. and is going to a local shelter for donation, in a donation package for a little toddler. That is just so precious. And I absolutely love Alley Cat's Damn It doll. It is the same pattern Alley Cat tells us that Rose and I use. When Alley Cat saw mine in the yarn review vlog, she just had to make it, she tells us, and she's pretty sure that she'll be making more. Let me tell you, they are very addictive. So thank you so much, Alley Cat, for sharing your makes with us. Now next we have our friend Diane S, and Diane shares a few of her makes with us. Now Brian is holding up his very special housewarming gift. Diane crocheted the granny square blanket using 3 colorways of Karen's cinnamon swirl cakes. The colors represent Arizona's sun, sandy desert, cactus, sky, clouds, and swimming pools. And Brian absolutely loves his blanket, Diane tells us. Why wouldn't he? It's gorgeous. Now, this Minnie Mouse pumpkin is for Lynn Penguin's Creations pumpkin cowl. Diane used Red Heart Super Saver and a 5mm hook. It is so cute. Now, this very pretty beanie is destined for donation. Diane used Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn in Fruit Salad. What a great colorway. And a 5.5mm hook. And here is Diane's beanie of the week. Diane used Red Heart Super Saver in Pink Ombre, again another beautiful colorway, and a 5.5mm hook. Both beanies are so very pretty, and thank you so much, Diane, for sharing all of your beautiful makes with us as well. So that's it, guys. How many did you add to your crochet to-do list? I really do want to make some of those bowl cozies. I guess you need to customize them to fit your bowls in your pantry or cupboard in the kitchen, but that's something to think of for the winter here in Australia. So next we have beanie of the week. Now let me get my notes here because I have made a little note for us. Now this week's beanie of the week comes to us from our friend Spring at Spring the Fiber Enthusiast. And those of you who know Spring, you know she has so many beautiful patterns, and I really do love her beanies. I think we've made at least 3, maybe 4 this year. So if you don't already hang out with Spring, go and say hello. So this beanie is so pretty. I loved making this. It did take me a little bit longer than some of the others, maybe up to 2 hours max, because it does have these little bean stitches here, but it is very simple. And of course, Spring, you know, shows you how to do that perfectly. And this is called Crochet Painted Pony Beanie. Now, those of you that are familiar with beanie making, this is just a simple increase. It's about 5 rows, I think, till you get to 60 double crochets. Then you start the pattern, and then you do as much or as little ribbing as you need, depending on the head size that you're making it for. I actually only had to do 2 rows. But there it is, guys. Now, of course, I made it pink to support Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's for the hashtag Pink October Challenge AU with our friend Judy at Witch Piece Craft. So that's it, guys. Beanie of the week. Once again, I wonder how many of you will be making it or adding it to your repertoire. It is a really good one. I used, as always, I've got to lean over, my Spot Saver Templi 100% acrylic yarn and a 6mm hook. Spring does recommend a 5.5mm hook, but I think I'm a tighter crocheter than her. Now that I've made a few of her beanies, I can actually, you know, I know that that is how he works for me. So that's that for now. Now next, I'm going to talk to you about pattern buying on Etsy. Crochet patterns, that is. I was very hesitant for a very long time to really purchase anything off anywhere, Etsy included. You hear some stories, you know, of scams, for example, not losing your money on there, but people stealing from other people their patterns or their AI generated. So I really hesitated for a very long time to purchase anything. But of late, I've been watching so many of our yarny friends talk about specific patterns that I really wanted to make. And I was just stopping myself because of that. But then I came to the realization that if our yarny friends are already making them or they're designing them, well, they're legit. So if you go through their link straight to Etsy, I thought, you know, I'd give it a go. And let me tell you, I've been on a crochet pattern buying binge. Over the last week or so, I've bought quite a few patterns. So I'm going to show you some of them. Some of them are actually friends here on YouTube that are the actual designers. So that's really nice to support them as well. And then some aren't. I've just seen the patterns and I thought, well, I really wanted to make this, so I might as well just buy it. So hopefully over the next few weeks, I'll be bringing you these patterns, you know, the way that, you know, my interpretation of them, and hopefully they'll look as good as, you know, they're intended to. So hopefully, maybe if it's one a week. So that's going to be a lot of fun crocheting ahead. Now I'm going to pop my glasses on so I can read out the designers to you, or at least the pattern. Now I have got them in plastic sleeves, so you know what, I might just take them out individually so that there's not too much glare. So this pattern here is Nibbles the Country Mouse by Robin at Knotting Hook Crochet. And I have wanted to make him for so long, him and her. So now I actually can, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to do that, because I hang out like most of us do. And if you're not already hanging out with Robin, I highly recommend that you do. She's got a wealth of patterns that she makes. She showcases so many each and every week that, you know, if I was to buy nearly all of the ones she showcases, I'd be crocheting forever and a day. But some I just had to have for now, and who knows what the future holds. Now next, I've been hanging out with Nook at Nook's Hooks, and a lot of you may know her because she has those super adorable little teddy bears in the hoods. So I bought her pattern. Oh, again, I should take it out, sorry, out of the plastic. And this is for her little rabbit and her bear, and then you build on these. So then she has mods for them, and I'll show you the mod that I bought. Now Nook is absolutely gorgeous. She started a YouTube channel as well, and of course I'm hanging out with her. She's pretty huge on Instagram, I believe, so more than likely you know who she is. If not, go and say hello. And then I bought this mod, the Buffet Bears. Oh my gosh, I really want to make the chef. I really want to make the burger. I really want to make the donut. I just want to make them all. But how could you resist them? And then eventually I will be getting the one that's got the little hoodies on it. But I just couldn't resist that Buffet Bears one. And then I've seen this mermaid pattern floating around for a while. It's by Madeline Mayco. I've seen a few people make it. Now, I've only ever made one mermaid and I wasn't very happy with her, so I'm hoping that this is the one that does the trick. But it was so funny because today, or was it yesterday? Or today, I was watching Ella at No Catchy Name Crochet, and she made a zombie version of this. I think that is so cool. So, of course, if you're not already hanging out with Ella, make sure you go and do that as well. Once again, how wonderful is it that we can, you know, support each other here. Now, I absolutely love this and I cannot wait to make it. This is the Tiny Puppies Crochet Pattern and Bed Tutorial by, I won't say it, you'll see it down the bottom, who the designer is. And I have seen quite a few people make these and I absolutely fell in love. So, of course, I had to go and purchase them. And then I wanted a couple of dragon patterns to play around with. And this is one that I thought was really cool. Madeline Mayco again, Dwayne the Dragon. There she is there. How cute is he? And then I really wanted to make a spider, and I've been looking on Instagram for free patterns and, you know, online. But when I saw this one showcased by a few of our friends, I knew that I had to have it. Onyx the Spider. Now, there's only one dilemma that I'm facing at the moment, guys, and I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to that, especially if you're here in Australia, is finding the right yarn. But that's something for another day to worry about. And now look at this one. This is, again, a Madeline Mayco. I'm in love with all her patterns. This is her classic cow. I know I have a lot of cow patterns, like all the fruit cows, but I just love the ones with the long legs. So I had to have that one. And then this one in here, I won't take them all out, but this is a whole collection of little birds. They're like pocket size, again by Madeline Mayco. And there's like all sorts of different ones. As you can imagine, there's like, oh my gosh, owls and ducks and things, that's silly, eagles, and a whole heap of others. And of course, when I make them, you'll be able to see them all. And then I have this little no-sew wrap plushie. Again, you know, I have looked at a few free ones, but this one seems to be one that all the people that make it absolutely love it. And I do like that. Once again, Ella, she said that when she makes white ones, she puts red safety eyes in them. And I do happen to have some little tiny ones that I need to use. And that will be so cool to be able to use those up. And at the moment, I'm still waiting for my safety eye order to arrive. Now, here I have 2 Ninja Turtle patterns to show you. I haven't made either, but my son loves Ninja Turtles, so I'm not sure which one will be better, but I did get 2. One is by Crochet by Carla, and one is, oh, who is this one by? Sorry, guys, I don't have it here. Anyway, more details to come on this one. But this one looks really cute, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll wait and see. And then I won't take all these out because there's this many. Oops. And these are all of my Beck Made Studio Pokemon. Now, those of you who have been around for a while, you know how much my son loves Pokemon. So I had to have those. So they're the ones that I purchased over the last, actually it's probably just been the week. So I thought I'd just show them to you. And I'm so grateful that all of our Yarny friends share their patterns. Of course, you know, that's why I do it too. And also all of you that don't have a channel that share the patterns with us. It makes it so much more comfortable to be able to purchase them without the worry that we're buying something that's not, you know, made by the designer, or, you know, that we're worried it'll be an AI generated pattern. We really don't want that. So I just thought I would bring them to you. So hopefully, like I said, each and every week or so, I will be bringing a new pattern to you. I'm just so excited to start them all. So I'll be doing a little designer spotlight as such. So this week I'm going to start off with the lovely Katie, the Celestial Homebody, because I already have made her Nyx the Dragon. So here's the pattern here. And those of you who saw my vlog would have seen this already. So there's her pattern there. And isn't he absolutely gorgeous? He's such a great size. I absolutely love him. So you can imagine all the color combinations that you could do. I've just used blanket yarn from my stash, which is usually Millen's, and also this cover story yarn for him. And then I had to make her chicken. So here is her chicken pattern here. And as you can see them in the background, I made 2 for $5. Let me just show them to you. Now, once again, I've been using blanket yarn. I think this is the Mystical, Burnout Mystical. And for the little comb on top, I found a great use, for this Polar Chenille. It's not very good for anything else, I don't think, but it's great for the little combs on top. And I do have, I think, 2 of these at the very least. I don't know if I have 3, but I have 2. So I'm going to be able to make quite a few combs. And then I also use this color in the Mystical. I don't know what the colors are, but this looks like a gold color. And also this one here. So how cute are these guys? Now, I did put the little tail feather on them. I thought they looked really cute. I know that Katie says that that's for her Stardew Valley inspired one, which is blue, and I will be making some of those because I do have a blue in the Burnout Mystical as well. So I'm hoping that that looks okay. So I was so very, very happy to make both those patterns because I have seen these on Katie's channel and other people's channels saying what a wonderful quick make they are. And they really, really are a fun chicken pattern. I like that they've got the neck, and I also do like this little dragon. He's absolutely gorgeous. Now, just something very quick. I've been using my 7mm hook with all of my blanket yarns of late, or for a very long time. And I usually use the plastic one from Clover and More. But I did find that I had one of these metal ones, just one of those cheapies from Amazon that come in a set. And it works perfectly as well, but there is a slight difference, guys, so beware. Sometimes I've always wondered if having different hooks would vary in, like, can you see this one is so much thicker, but it still works up very well. There's no holes or gaps in when you're crocheting. But the thing is to not make the mistake of crossing over and, you know, picking up one hook and then the other, thinking they're both 7, because I think there is a slight variation in my chicken sizes when I've used the different size hooks. So just be mindful of that. It was just an observation that I've made. You probably already knew that. Maybe it's just common sense and common knowledge, but I just thought I'd share that with you, only because it dawned on me the other day when I was picking up those hooks, and I thought, oh wow, this one looks so much thicker. Okay, now as you can see from here, I have some leggy froggies as well, and I have been having way too much fun making these guys, because I had to make things that didn't have safety eyes this week, only ones that I could embroider or sew in. So here's the first guy that I made, and I love this yarn here. So soft. Once again, I believe it's the Burnout Mystical, but this is all that I have left. I'm so sad. So if I ever see it in mill ends, I'm going to get one. So this guy's nearly finished, but I do have a few other colors. So I did make some. These don't have any embroidered eyes on them yet. I did make them in these colorways as well. They're a little bit more pale looking, but they're still in that green family, froggy family. So that has been a lot of fun making these. And I tell you what, they are just perfect for little babies. Honestly, I absolutely love them. And you know, with the long arms and legs, they absolutely do love holding on to them. And the other thing with this one is the pattern that I used is, oh my gosh, is it Chloe? That one that's been around forever that most people do make, and I went back to that one. The only thing I do is I add an extra 2 rows in the length of the body, so he's just a little bit longer than hers. But look at those goggly eyes. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love these. And once again, this yarn is perfection for these toys or little stuffies, plushies. I just wish that I could buy it off the shelf. That's a huge dilemma for us here, but I know I've been harping on it for a while, so I'm going to let it go for now. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you, those of you, some of you may already seen it, still missing some eyes, but this little jellyfish, which is our friend Kim at Crafty Chaos Emporium. Again, if you're not hanging out with her, please go ahead and do so. It is such a great pattern, and this was for my week 9 project for Crochet Roulette 2025. The color was purple. Of course I had to make something for it, and also it was a free pattern. So this is a free tutorial on Kim's channel, and it's hosted by our friend Tracy at Travel Crochet and 9 other yarny friends. So if you put in that hashtag, you'll be able to see everybody's makes. But I absolutely love him. He just needs some eyes, guys. Again, very, very soft mill ends, and this gorgeous yarn here. Now, I have done a review on this yarn as a vlog. If you haven't already seen it, please go and do so. So if you haven't already seen that vlog, I'm going to show you the makes that I made for it, because this is part of my last week of crochet. So I made this great turtle. Isn't he gorgeous? This donut. And I did make some more food items. I made a cupcake as well, and a little macaroon or macaron. I can never say that. I also made a damn it doll, which I absolutely love. So now I have 2. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Absolutely love her. A snake with no eyes as yet, but the eyes will come. Now, if you want all the patterns for these, they're in that vlog. So I'm not going to repeat it now, because most of you that are here would have seen it already. And this gorgeous little loaf cat. She is so, so adorable. So that's kept me busy the last few weeks, guys. And I have been having a lot of fun, let me tell you. Now, I just want to give you a little reminder that as tomorrow is the 31st of October, last day of the month, all of our entries for the hashtag Birthstones Cal 2025, they're due, and also for the hashtag Best Dressed 18-inch Doll Cal 2025. I think that most of them are sitting in my inbox, in my email, but just in case, you still have until midnight Sydney, Australia time to get them in, because I'm hoping this weekend, being the weekend, to get all those videos out for the end of the month, and then put in the new makes for the following month, being November. So that pretty much brings me to wishing everyone a happy Halloween for tomorrow, the 31st of October, if you're celebrating, that is. And I know mainly our friends in the Northern Hemisphere, you celebrate so much bigger and better than us here, but it is a thing. Some suburbs celebrate more than others. Unfortunately, mine not so much. I think it's because we do have an older community around us. But I have seen some houses decorated, definitely the shops, and even we have a little bit of a display in the back here in support of Halloween and our friends that enjoy it. I have seen some of your makes come in, especially with our hashtag best dress out in each doll, Cal, which was a witch's dress, which is so amazing for this time of the year. It was just the perfect pick for October. So I highly recommend that, you know, you come across and see that fashion parade, because it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's it, guys. A week all wrapped up very, very quickly. In November, before you know it, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's starting to warm up again here today. We've had a couple of cold days. I don't think the weather has settled in as yet, and I quite enjoyed the cooler weather, I have to say, because I really don't want such a long, hot summer, which we tend to get here in Australia. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm waiting for my stepson to actually come over for dinner tonight. Steve, him, and myself will be going to one of our local little family restaurants. It's like a chicken restaurant, and it's been run by a family business forever and a day, and it's just nice to support local businesses, I feel, and I'm sure that we all feel the same. So that's it. I hope you're all keeping well, and as always, I do wish you well for the next week until we catch up together again. So until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.